Disclaimer time. This is where I tell everyone to lighten up. It's just a podcast. Trading is like that roller coaster at the amusement park. Thrilling, unpredictable, and potentially stomach-churning. What works for one person might leave another clutching their hat in the wind. Our hosts and guests, they're awesome, knowledgeable, full of insights, but we're not financial advisors. So don't rush to make any investment decisions based solely on our banter. Always consult with a professional or do your own research. Plus, let's face it, we like to have fun, laugh, enjoy the trading ride together. It's all in the name of good podcasting fun. So remember, take it easy, don't bet the farm, and keep your seatbelts on at all times. Thank you for listening. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the China Shop, home of the Band of Traders podcast. Got Baba, Yaga, Mr. Banks in with me. Snuck in through the back door because the shop is closed. We're just hanging out here shooting the shit after hours. So no promos and all that crap. Let's just see how everyone's doing. What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Can't complain.
Yeah, not too bad.
And you guys can promote something if you want. I'm just it's my lunch break, so I'm sitting back with my feet up.
Oh, yeah. I'll promote something. Well, what we do have is a Discord called Vanta Trading. You guys probably heard of it before.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, we offer a 2-week free trial. And included in that free trial is the opportunity to have your trading put under the microscope, which sounds scary, but what we do is give people the option to do a trader's baseline evaluation. It's a chance to just answer a lot of questions and navigate some of the pitfalls that a trader may experience, even if they're profitable. And like a third party, like an independent set of eyes to take a look at it and give some input, maybe a couple of things to work on and a couple of things to keep doing because you're doing them well. And so if somebody's ever been curious about what we do or wanted to check it out, it's a great time. The trial's 2 weeks, and we usually can get those evaluations done inside that time frame. And if somebody likes the evaluation and that's all they want to do and they peace out, that's cool. But ideally, we'd have the chance on the back end of that to continue to follow up and help them with their progress. So that is...
Yeah, I know there's a few guys that have taken you up on that, and I think still bend your ear every day.
Oh, yeah.
Trades and stuff. I love that.
Yeah, we usually we set up a group message between myself, Banks, and whoever the person is, and it's an opportunity to continue the conversation after everything's officially done. So,
oh, that's freaking awesome to hear, man! And if anybody wants to know what that sounds like, we've actually recorded a couple of those, released them in previous episodes. You can find that looking through the back catalog. But today we're here just to kind of unwind after. I mean, really, what's been kind of a long year, more than anything, right?
Yes.
A few moments. This is the day before Thanksgiving. We're sitting down, maybe just have a minute, kind of just talk about what our plans are, how we're planning on celebrating. I don't know what we're thankful for. I don't know. Floor's open. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing real special going on. Going over to the in-laws' house. And then also because I work at a bank, I got to work on Fridays. So, I got the 1 day off Thursday and then back to work on Friday. So
do you get a lot of people calling in or like doing a lot of banking work on Black Friday?
The only call we typically get is when someone's shopping and for some reason their card doesn't work.
Or when they need to up their limit.
Yes. That's about the only call we get.
That's
I can't
funny.
imagine there's too many people running in there to deposit a check.
That's really interesting.
No, and if anything, it's to cash a check.
There you go. Yeah.
Cash a check to go shopping. So,
So what? You said you're going to see the in-laws, huh? What are you guys having?
I think we're having the whole family over there. It's my wife's family over there. I think there's going to be about 20 people or so. So yeah, I mean, the traditional, turkey dinner, all the sides, feel fat afterwards. Just the standard Thanksgiving.
Does everyone get along well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you don't have the one crazy uncle that likes to talk politics.
No, that's on my side of the family.
That's funny.
And then I'll call to I'll give a call to Baba if I need to really hear it. So,
is Baba that guy?
Come on now.
Baba, you seem a little too nice. I can't imagine you stirring up a bunch of shit at a family get together.
No, I'm a blast at a family get together though. I'm also not allowed to like talk to clients because I tend to be a little bit direct. So
I think we've had to reel you in a few times.
it's funny you said like I don't. It's funny that you said you're nice. I can't imagine you stirring up a bunch at a thing. I guess not in that setting. I like to have fun, man. Our family shindigs are usually a pretty good time.
You got a pretty big family too, don't you?
Yeah, I have a big family, and then I have three siblings. My youngest sister actually just got married this past weekend.
Oh no
So,
shit!
yeah,
Congratulations.
had that. Yeah, it was a good time. And then obviously, well, they don't have any kids yet, and my younger brother is married, but he doesn't have any kids yet. And then I have an older sister who has like four children, and or no, three. She has three. Sorry, and then we have five. So you can imagine
Yeah,
Thanksgiving gathering at the Baba family house is out of control.
I just went to go see my brother. He's got 5 boys. I thought it was going to be insanity, but surprisingly well behaved.
Wow. We have a good mixture.
It's funny you mentioned your sister getting married. That actually reminds me of going to my, not the youngest, she's the second oldest in the family. I went to her wedding and she got mad because I wouldn't put my tie on. And I think I ended up telling her that I'm not the one marrying you. I don't have to do what you say. That didn't go over too well.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, we go to my mom and dad's for Thanksgiving. It's funny. My dad moved around a lot because of his job, so they provided housing, and so they didn't own a home until when they first got married. They owned a home, but then because of work, they didn't
Mm-hmm.
like own a home for themselves until I guess like 5 years ago or something. They built a home,
Hmm.
and so it's really kind of special because that's kind of been a focal point for our family since then. Is to
Mm-hmm.
go to the house, and it's a real cool cabin on like a farm, and the kids always go play in the woods, and fire in the fireplace. Mom cooks tons of she'll cook a turkey, a ham, chicken, like whatever. There's like tons of food. Everybody hangs out. It's a good time. Just eat
You
until you feel
maybe
sick.
you maybe not have seen this, but I bet Banks probably has, being from the Midwest. Do you ever see those silos that get turned into like small homes?
Oh,
Yeah,
Like those old,
actually,
yeah.
I've also seen shipping containers
The shipping containers don't
being
look
turned.
as cool. The silos, though, just
No,
every
no.
time I see one of
This,
those get turned in, I get jealous. I was actually like driving around looking at old farmlands trying to find one that had one I could try to renovate. I'd rather live
yeah,
in that
there
than.
was a customer of ours who built on a farmland. He actually took 3 silos and built. He basically combined it all the three. It was a pretty cool property.
Oh man,
It's very unique property.
yeah, man. Those, when they do them right, though, man, those things just look really, really cool. Although
hmm.
I've always wondered, how do you hang something on a circular wall?
Carefully
That's a great question.
and
That is a great
creatively.
question.
Right?
Do you guys only do Thanksgiving stuff on Thanksgiving, or does it spill over to the days after?
I hate turkey, if you can believe it. I'm not a
What?
huge. Yeah, I'm not. Like most of the Thanksgiving foods, I don't really care for, except stuffing.
Kyle,
Stuffing's my
Kyle,
jam.
Kyle.
It's just, I mean, I like mashed potatoes. I like stuffing. That's about it. I'd rather have a steak or some snow crab or something.
Huh.
Like if I'm going to do a Thanksgiving dinner, I'm doing
He's
what I want.
yeah. I mean, he's in for the high end stuff, Baba.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was among royalty.
Believe it or not, the seafood used to be the poor people's food.
Yeah, I would say I'm not a huge turkey guy, but I'm a big sides guy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all the sides like the candied yams and mashed potato stuffing. That's what I go with. I'm not a huge turkey guy, but you almost have to get a slice just to
I'll get a
be
piece
on the
just to
day.
try it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's always
I think
dry. My wife
and I think
makes
it
a pretty good
always
turkey,
depends
but
how you yeah, I think it depends how you cook it too.
yeah, I just think
The
I just don't
the
care for
deep
the
fried
meat.
turkey is better. Yeah. No,
I've
I get
not
that.
tried that yet.
Oh well,
It's very dangerous to cook that way.
I've
yeah.
heard.
Have you ever had turkey? Then I mean,
I mean, if I'm gonna fry something, I might as well just fry a chicken because it's so much better.
well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we've deep fried turkeys, smoked turkeys, um, cooked them in the oven like normal people.
We did one year with the salt shell, almost like we like completely encapsulated it in salt and then baked it in that. It's something my
Mm,
dad wanted to try. That actually came out pretty good.
interesting. That's also what you do to like giant chunks of pork.
That's how you cure it, isn't it?
Well, if you're gonna smoke it in like a pit smoker, real heavy salt is like a go-to.
Yeah,
Like a big side, like a pig side or something like that.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, takes forever, but it's almost impossible to screw it up unless you catch it on fire.
I don't think I just can't eat that stuff as much anymore these days. It messes with my gut,
I would have
which
to
is a
get a
shame
new
because it's
gut.
so good.
Yeah, I'm big fan of smoking giant chunks of pig and cow.
Yeah, for me, it's a New York strip or a ribeye. You just can't go wrong with one of those.
Yeah, I did cook steaks the other day in a different way. It was actually a couple months ago. I
How's
cooked
that?
I did the whole like the way they do like competition steaks, I guess, where you like tie the little thing on them and like season them pretty heavily, and then the grill's like really hot, and it's like sear, and then wrap it and let it rest for a few minutes, and then it, put it back on quickly and like braise it and then done it one more time, and then it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always just like got the grill hot, cook it. It made a huge difference in how the steak turned out.
Yeah, you got to get that sear in there to lock in all the juices.
Yeah, it was magical, honestly.
You ever try salt brine or dry brining before you cook it?
I don't know what that is. Do
It's just
tell.
coarse salt. You just cover it with it and you stick it in the fridge for like 2 hours before you cook it. Before you cook it, wipe all the salt and shit off of it, but it kind of like pulls the moisture out and makes the meat a lot more tender.
Huh. I did just do salt and pepper on those.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Yeah. Salt and
Can't do
pepper and a
more than
little
that.
bit of garlic.
I
It's
used to
great.
be, I used to get in trouble because the girl, like Wesley, the oldest one, she'll eat steak with me, like the way I eat it. The other one wants to put A1 sauce on it, so I used to always get a top round for her.
That's a shame.
Wesley, you can have a strip with me.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't put all that. Do you put stuff on your steak, Banks?
I would say that I don't eat a ton of steak because my kids are very picky. So we do mostly, chicken and which is
Pizza.
weird. They like pulled pork and stuff like that, but they don't like steak, which is
Hmm.
whatever. So when we go out to eat, I'll get a steak, but I
You have
don't
boys or
necessarily
girls?
cook it. I got 2 girls and a boy on the way.
That's why the boy will be with you. He'll eat your steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will. My son, my oldest is 10,
Mm-hmm.
and they one specifically is really into like most anything I show interest in, but especially like he's taken up with like cooking on the grill, like smoking ribs, smoking pork butts. Like he pretty much could do it himself, other than
That's
like
awesome.
getting everything lit. Like he knows the steps, like he knows the whole process. It's pretty freaking cool.
So you know how many beers it takes before you're supposed to flip it?
No, he
That's a
doesn't know
trade
that.
secret right there.
Can't tell him everything.
I know, right?
But it's fun. Like he's getting old enough to kind of enjoy some of that stuff. So
Isn't it the fun like when the kids start to get to that age where they can take an interest in something and they're good at it?
yep, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
it's always fascinating, I think, to watch like little people turn into like fully functional adults.
Little people turn into big people.
Yeah, that's kind of where my daughter. I got 2 daughters, 6 and 3,
Yeah.
and that's how my daughter is. So my wife was a gymnastics coach and competed when she was younger. And that's how my daughter is. She's. I mean, if you came to our house, it looks like we have a gym in our house. It's we got bars and beam and a tumble track. It's unbelievable. But she loves it. Fun. Like she wants. Yeah, she won't. I mean, like she gets home from school and she's doing routines and stuff for hours. So I mean, I don't care. She's having fun with it. So, but yeah, I agree with you. It's so cool to watch her compete and be into something
and be good at it too.
Yeah, and be good at it.
6 years old. Is she competing like real competition, or is it just the the learning like kind of really? That seems young.
So she's in level 2 this year actually.
What does that mean?
So yeah, so you start off on level 1 and the elites go to level 10. And so she's in level 2 and she's got like 6 or 7 meets this year where, they're a couple hours long. So they're hard to go to unless your daughter's competing. but
here's the real question. Thing, right? Here's the real question for you though, Banks. What level would you be if you were competing?
If they did negative, I think I would be there.
What does level 1 do? Let's start there. I don't know why this is fascinating me. I want to know where I rank. Is that like somersaults and cartwheels? So
it's cartwheels and the jumps and stuff like that, and
I can do a cartwheel.
And so I can do that. I could probably be close to a level 1, but I am by far the least flexible person you've ever met. So I don't know how much farther I could go beyond that.
Did you used to play sports?
Yeah, I mean, I played baseball and football.
I always see them stretching out though.
Well, I stretched didn't mean I was flexible.
Two different things.
Yeah, I mean, I was a good athlete, but I would say this: I was good at baseball. I was not a very good athlete overall. I was very good at the sports that I played.
Was that just like naturally gifted, but didn't really care to put the time into like the work, or was it?
No, it was just
the work like your thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing baseball and stuff like that, I mean, I could hit a baseball. I mean, I competed against a lot of guys that that played in the league and stuff like that, and and I was always a good hitter and good fielder, but I wasn't fast by any means, and
right.
And that's what I mean. Like I had a lot of skill, but I wasn't a very good athlete. Is what I was trying, like an overall athlete, fast, flexible, could bench a lot, could weight lift a lot, and all that.
I think I know what you mean. Like I was always decent at pretty much every sport that I played at, but was never great at anything, if that makes sense. There's only 2 things that I think I've ever been terrible at. One of them is bowling. I just never figured that one out.
Yo, I suck at bowling.
Yeah, me too. And everybody always wants to do it. Like, no, I'll be in the billiard room over there shooting pool. I could do that. Now you give me a big giant stick, maybe I could hit the pins.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my wife just every time we go, she just absolutely demolishes me at bowling.
But my dad is like a 200 bowler. My grandpa was 200. Like he could have been on the pro circuit if he wanted to actually work at it, but he just wanted to do it for fun. Now my grandma's in a league in her retirement home. I guess they do them on Wii bowling units now.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding me.
No, I'm not joking. I'll have to see if I can dig up a picture.
My God, are you serious?
Awesome.
I swear there's like 20 of these big screen televisions. They're all lined up. These people have like actual like league jackets and like shirts that they wear when they go to compete.
I'm not believing this right
now.
I
swear it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
And but it's Wii bowling.
It's all on the Wii.
But they wear jackets and
I swear to God, dude, it's awesome. Like, damn, do you guys have room? Like, what's the minimum age? I want to.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's such a cool thing though, because as you get older and whatever, it's so cool to see them use something like a
use
Wii
of technology
to create an opportunity to stay connected to the things that they used to enjoy. That is shocking. I had no clue.
She told me that they took a field trip to go do an escape room once, and that one probably went about as well as you'd expect. It was just a bunch of 80-year-olds sitting down, like complaining. They didn't even try to solve anything. Just sat for an hour and waited to get out.
Janice, this sucks. That's funny. my kids, get this, have broken 3 televisions downstairs in the like playroom den area.
Wow. Because of
And
the Wii, the straps.
well, 2 of them were just like playing too rough in the house, but the last one was and I told them, like, guys, if you break another TV, I'm like, Dad's not buying it. Like, I'm not buying another TV. And my actually, after the second one, I was like, I'm not buying another one. But my dad gave them a TV. So their third one was a gift, and I was like, hey, if you break this one, I'm still not buying another one. And dude, like maybe 4 months ago, they were down there playing. I don't know if it was Wii golf or bowling, but demolished the TV. The thing flew out of their hand. And it just shattered. It looked like a spider web had been like just painted onto it. And I was like, well, that's it. So like one side doesn't work and one side does, and they still try to play the Wii and just look at the one side.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of it's like a principled thing. Like my wife has even sent me like pictures, like, should I pick up this TV? Or like, hey, this TV's on sale. And I'm like, nope, not buying it. Not paying for another TV.
Did you start an account for them so then when they do their chores, they can earn a TV?
Well, they all have at various times had money that they could have done that with. Yeah, chore money or birthday money or just different things. And I tell them, like, hey, y'all should get together. And, TVs are very inexpensive at this point.
Especially with Black Friday coming up.
Yeah, or we could even buy, like, I'll take you to like a thrift store and you can see if there's a TV there really cheap. That way, if you break it again, it's not that big of a deal. So
teach them about layaway.
I'm trying to help them understand that stuff just doesn't fall out of the sky. Like, you have to pay for it. And my wife is kind of getting soft on it. She thinks I'm being too hard on them, but.
That brings up a good question here. I'll ask. Let's start with Banks. What's the most expensive thing you broke as a kid growing up?
I threw a baseball through like I don't know how big it was, but it was like a 20-gallon fish tank at our house.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was probably like 4
at the time. Man.
The funny thing about it is we moved. So I used to live in California and we moved and we went back like, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years later. And the people that we gave the fish, because we saved all the fish, they were all like goldfish or whatever. And we took it to the neighbor's pond that was in their backyard. And we went back and visited them. We went back. Those goldfish were unbelievably sized. It was unreal. Yeah. They were all still alive and they were like a foot long.
Yeah, they don't stop growing apparently.
Yeah, my parents weren't very happy when that happened. Well, the fish tank was the cost of it, but then you have 20 gallons of water going all over the floor and furniture, and so yeah, it was pretty costly.
Oh, man, you threw a baseball through it.
Why were you throwing a baseball at a fish tank?
Yeah, that's my question. Well, he's 4, I guess.
I mean, I had 2 older brothers, so I don't know how. I mean, I don't remember it, but I know the story of it because I've been told it many times. But I think those fish were kind of in for it because I used to think that I was feeding.
Yeah,
I used to think that I was. Well, I used to think that I was feeding them fish food. I was actually feeding them baby powder.
Oh, Jesus!
So I'm surprised they were alive anyway. To be completely honest.
Oh dear God! What about you, Baba? What's the worst thing you ever broke?
I'm trying to think, man. I threw a ninja star through a window at our house. I don't know how much that cost to replace.
A ninja star?
I was going to say through his friend.
That's just the first thing that came to mind. Probably not the most expensive, but those little, like, it was a metal ninja star, like with points all the way around it.
Yep.
And when I was a kid, I was really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We all were.
Early 90s. Who wasn't? Mid 90s.
Who was your turtle, by the way?
My favorite one was Raphael, dude. Raphael and Donatello. They kind of ran.
Raphael? I always thought Raphael was a douche.
He was down to business, man. He wasn't no playing around.
I need to rewatch the Turtles movies. Maybe I'm Maybe I was too harsh on him.
I mean, he was kind of a dick, but
I was always a Donatello man myself.
I like Donatello. I mean, dude, fearless leader, cool, calm, and collected. Like, who doesn't love that guy, right?
He's not the leader. Leonardo's the leader.
Wait. Donatello was the stick guy. I
Yeah.
got
Longtime fans of the show should be familiar with the lender formerly known as Sue Pullen, and I'm pleased to announce that she's back, fresh off a rebrand and ready to help as Sue Mackey. Sue is a certified mortgage advisor at Fairway Independent Mortgage, an equal housing lender who focuses on finding the right product for you and your needs. She has over 20 years of experience helping thousands of homeowners. Whether it's purchasing, refinancing, or even a reverse mortgage, Sue will help. Sue's licensed in 36 states now, so reach out and let Sue Mackey it happen for you. The best way to reach her is just give her a call at 520-977-7904 or in an email, spullen@fairwaymc.com. Fairway Independent Mortgage has an MLS number of 2289. Sue Mackey has an MLS number of 206048. That email again, spullen@fairwaymc.com, and that phone number is 520-977-7904. Shoot Sue an email and let her know she needs to update that address.
names mixed up. Sorry. Leonardo. Okay, hold on. So you got Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and
Donatello.
Okay, sorry. Leonardo, the sword guy, was my second favorite.
Okay, that's acceptable.
The leader, the chill guy, calm under pressure, always had a solution. And the Raphael, I kind of identified with him because he was kind of
a hothead,
pissed off sometimes. Yeah. Let's be honest.
I think the people who identify with Raphael are always douchebags.
Ouch. Ugh.
I'll probably have to cut that. That's a quarter of the population. It's like people from Seattle.
It's okay. It's fine.
Were you big into Turtles, Banks?
I mean, I watched them. I wasn't super big into them.
He was too busy throwing baseballs at fish tanks.
Yeah.
At least his was round and soft.
Yeah, you threw a ninja star. I mean,
look, I got the ninja star from the flea market. Did y'all have flea markets?
That's where we always, we all got our ninja stuff from there.
Yeah, exactly. You bought it from some guy named Terry. He was probably like, hey kids, y'all want one of these ninja stars?
He had a lazy eye.
Yeah, he was watching 3 tables down and looking you dead in the face at the same time.
Yeah. I think I got both of you guys beat monetarily wise.
Oh yeah.
I also lived in California when I was, I think it was 3rd grade. It was in Bakersfield before they closed down the Air Force Base. My dad was stationed there. I was out riding my bike with some of the other kids, and we're riding in the parking lot at base housing, and we wanted to race to see which of the two of us was faster. And so we sent a kid down ahead to make sure nobody was coming. And this is how stupid we were. He raced all the way down to the end of the lane and then came all the way back to say, it's clear, there's nobody there. Like, okay, great, we're good to go. So he calls go. We tear ass down there. And then out of nowhere, this brand new Corvette still has the dealer plates on it, just pulls out of nowhere. The other kid manages to swerve. I go right into the headlight and just jam this thing in to where it won't even it was one of those ones that had the pop-up headlights,
Oh my God, Kyle.
Yeah. So this thing was like, he literally, I think, just picked it up from the dealership that day.
That guy probably wanted to get out and literally murder y'all.
No, I think he was actually more terrified because he just hit a kid on a bike in a parking lot. I was terrified. He even asked, like, do you want me to tell your dad for you? And I remember thinking, like, no, I have to do it. I wiped the tears out of my eyes and told my dad.
Wiped your nose on your sleeve of your little...
To his credit, though, the first thing he asked was if I was okay. I'm like, yep. I thought for sure he was going to be pissed that I just hit a brand new Corvette.
I actually texted my dad and said, like, what's the most expensive thing I broke as a kid? And he was like, I don't know as a kid, but I know as a high schooler it was when you totaled your car. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh God, how did that happen?
Playing with the radio.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Playing with the radio, drove off, hung at the edge of a curb and hit a telephone pole.
Oh, that's a little...
Good Lord.
Yeah. This is shocking.
No wonder why you can't look at the chart and drive. Jesus.
Okay,
Yeah, you
hold on.
shouldn't.
Okay, hold on. Let's just get this out there. If you're a police officer in the Missouri area, you need to look around where this guy lives. I'll leave the rest of the details out because he'll have a laptop open in his car connected to his phone, and he will be trading the stock market while driving and through traffic. That is a fact. You tell me how that's possible.
Hey, a good setup's a good setup.
Right?
Like actually, to your credit, it used to be a lot more. Like back, a year ago, 2 years ago, it was very common. You haven't done it that much lately that I know of.
I think it's now based on just the way I trade. I mean, I just trade certain times, and back then it was I felt, you almost feel like when you're making money, it's like you want to be making money more often. So, and there's
You
just
want
a
all the
different style of
opportunities.
trading. Yeah, every opportunity that came up, I wanted to be in it because I knew that my edge was there. So take it. Because usually when I didn't take it is the ones that run forever, and
Right.
then I regret it. So
Okay, so they got the heads-up displays on cars these days,
Yes.
like where you can see
Yeah.
like your speed and everything. How hard would it be to pipe in a stock chart? Just put like the cues on your windscreen.
I don't know. I can tell you this.
that
Speaking
would
of
be way
piping
more
stuff in,
distracting, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to use a Renko chart to slow you down.
So I'm pretty big into golfing.
Just have it projected on the windshield.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm pretty big into golfing. We were speaking of doing things in your car you should, and we were going down to Augusta to the Masters.
Oh, that'd probably be fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. Highly recommend. And we were headed down on Thursday to catch Friday rounds, and I didn't want to not be able to watch the Masters while heading down there. so
Yeah.
so I just like my truck at the time just had a normal like radio head unit, nothing
Yeah.
special. And I actually smooth talked Mrs. Yaga into the need that I had for a like touch screen, like one of those big screen
Yeah, I know what you're
deals
talking about.
with like a CarPlay and all this stuff. And it also had a HDMI input. And so if there's any law enforcement officers listening, just mute it at this point. They have a setting that if the parking brake isn't on, it won't allow you to like connect to the screen to like watch a movie, or in this case, watch live television. But I wired it in a certain way to allow for that display to still work, and then bought an adapter for my phone. So we watched the Masters on the screen of the car all the way down to Augusta. It was so cool, but it was also super dangerous after that, because if I was ever going anywhere and there was like a game on I wanted to watch, or whatever, I would just connect my phone to the thing and watch football on a Saturday.
That's a hard thing to not do again once you've gotten away with it once.
Yeah. Additionally, I connected. I remoted to my computer, and had Sierra charts displaying on that screen at times as well, which was pretty cool.
Okay. Am I the only one who has not traded in the car? Well, wait, no, never mind. I've just done it on my phone.
Yeah, it was
I was just
cool though,
thinking-
man.
Yeah, last time I went down to see my dad in Oklahoma City, I had to stop and I had to close out a credit spread on the road because it was getting close to the end of the day, and it was running well, and I didn't want to close it out when I stopped for gas, so I just had to keep an eye on the charts in that last hour.
So you were trading options in the car? That's way worse than trading futures.
It wasn't trading options; it was managing a position. I just had to close it when I was ready to close it. So I had the order all queued up. All I had to do is just send it.
Send it, bro. That's funny.
That's about the worst.
I'll just clear the air. This is not financial advice or life advice. Just throw it out there.
No, my wife is going to kill me when she listens to this. So
you want to say something to make her happy?
she makes. I'm excited for Thanksgiving because she makes some of the best green beans and some of the best mashed potatoes of like anybody. So,
I put her mashed potatoes against mine any day. Think they're that
well,
good? What is
I
she? What's the
don't.
secret? What's the secret
I
sauce?
don't know. They're real. They're real, and
Yeah,
they're a little bit. They have still some soft clumps in them, which is my favorite. I don't like super creamy, like all
yeah,
the
like the
way.
instant mash. I
Nah, yeah,
used to have to
freak
eat that as
that.
a kid. Yeah,
I like it's like real potatoes. You can tell it's like little potato chunks. Little sour cream in there. I think she mixes some
sour
other
cream.
goodies in.
Ah, I never tried sour.
Yeah.
I do half and half. I put a little bit of half and half in there to
Oh,
fluff it up.
yeah. Fluff it up. Yeah, I like
And the only
that.
reason why I use half and half is because we never have milk anymore.
Why don't you have milk, Kyle?
Because we don't have kids anymore. They're all
You
moved
don't
out.
drink
So
milk?
I don't know why. I'm not 5 anymore.
Yeah. Dude, I
I'm
have a
guessing you
glass of
don't eat
milk.
cereal either.
I do sometimes, but I have to use half and half because that's usually what we have.
Dear God, you have half and half in your cereal?
If that's what you gotta
What?
use, then I mean, sometimes I want my Count Chocula. What am I gonna do?
So you say you're not 5 years old. That's why you don't have milk, but you have Count Chocula, my guy.
Hey,
What?
come on, man. You really gonna rag on Count Chocula? That's the best cereal,
Yeah, it's
and it
yeah.
only comes out once a year.
Oh, jeez, what is life, dude? I eat Special K. Am I old?
Uh, I don't know. My wife eats grits.
Oh, dude, me too. I'm
I
on an
think of that
oatmeal kick lately, though. I'm on a pretty big oatmeal kick right now. It's so
steel
good.
cut.
Huh?
Steel cut.
I don't know. I don't know if they're still cut. Probably not. I don't know. I just know
Hey,
I just like them.
not a snob then. I take it.
No, I've been called a lot of things. Snob is usually not on the list.
Me neither.
Now, Banks, on the other hand,
Oh,
Easy.
are you a foodie, Banks?
Not, not particularly. Yeah. So I would say I'm not a huge. I mean, I like food, obviously, but it's like my wife will ask me like, what do you want for dinner? To be honest, I don't really care. I could pick whatever I wanted on any given night. I mean, I like a good meal, but
Something weird about picking that's just annoying.
yeah. But I think it's partially due because she's a little bit picky, like my kids. So like, I know
Yeah.
that I'll eat any place that they want to eat. But like, for instance, like when I go out with customers, like I'll pick like a nicer restaurant just because I don't go with my family there.
Hmm.
And it's, I'm entertaining customers or whatever. But
Because you know that they're not going to want to go. It's your chance to get. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I used to do that when I was working a remote job, like not a what's a traveling gig where I'd go to different data centers and help them commission and start up their equipment. Like that was the only good thing about that job was getting to go eat at like Papa Do's whenever I want.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's a place here that we go to that's like a cigar club too, which is always nice. Get a good meal and have a cigar and drink and make it a fun afternoon.
I haven't had a cigar in a long time.
I don't do it a lot, but it's nice to have one every now and then.
What makes a cigar good?
To be honest with you, I would say it's more of the like the place that we go. It's like I would never do like at my house,
Mm,
but I think it's more of like the place we go, just being around people and
ambiance and
that kind of stuff. Yeah, the ambiance of it. But I know,
you ever
I mean,
watch?
Baba. I think Baba smokes cigars, don't you?
Yeah,
Every now and then. Yeah.
yeah, a couple times a month, probably.
I worked with the guy who went to Cuba. I think it was Cuba or one of those other places where like you got to tour one of those factories that makes a bunch of the cigars, like the fancy ones. And he said it was
Yeah.
just this like sweatshop like environment, just a bunch of these like fat old women wearing
Aw.
like short shorts, and they're like pounding out the leaves on their sweaty thighs, like straightening them out to roll everything together. It's,
Oh.
it's like
Oh.
that's what gives it that flavor. So
Is it? What gives it
that,
that flavor?
I guess it is. I
Uh,
don't know, but
Jeez.
I haven't been back since. I don't think Swisher Sweets do that, but like the high end ones, I think that's what you're getting.
Hmm.
It's like that super expensive coffee that's been like shit out by a ferret.
Um.
I
What?
don't drink that.
You never heard of that?
I've heard of it before. I would
Yeah.
never drink that stuff.
I give that a swift Google real quick.
Yeah, it's like $200 an ounce or something ridiculous.
That was the coffee that was in the movie The Bucket List, if I'm not mistaken.
It might have
If
been.
you've ever watched that movie,
Which one was? Who was in that one? It wasn't a Ben Stiller one, was it?
No, that was it was Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson,
Oh,
right?
okay. I think
You
you're right.
got to be
Yeah.
kidding me. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Copies Luwak.
Yeah, that's the coffee that's in that movie, and yeah, it's really expensive, and they come to find out that it's made from droppings.
Yeah.
Yeah, partially digested coffee cherries that have been eaten and defecated by the Asian palm civet. They ferment as they pass through the civet's intestines. After being defecated, they're collected. How would you like to have that job?
I know, right?
But living,
Would you rather be the taste tester or the guy who has to clean all the berries?
God, neither. I'm sure I'm not eating it. I can tell you that, dude. That is not. We don't do that here.
Oh God.
That's unbelievable.
All right. We need to segue into something else real quick so we can wrap this up.
Okay.
What are you guys doing for Christmas? You got any plans for the holidays?
Christmas looks a lot. Yeah, Christmas. I mean, I'll take some time off. Probably take some time off from trading. Take some time off from work in general. My wife and I take a trip every year for 4 or 5 days with no kids in December. That's kind of like a Christmas tradition.
Nice.
We just get away, and actually it's kind of fun. We do some shopping, go to some nice restaurants, do whatever. Just no kids, kind of just a little break, and then the actual Christmas vibes, like around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We have a group of friends that come over most Christmas Day mornings for breakfast and gifts and hanging out. And
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, and then we go to family that night, and then usually go to my wife's family on Christmas Eve, and that's pretty much it. It's low key.
Yeah. How about you, Banks?
Yeah, same here. My parents still live in California, so for us, it's more with her parents here in town, and in the past we've done stuff like where we've gone out there, but it's just so freaking expensive.
Yeah, I know.
To fly out there with a family of 4, it's like $3,000, whatever round trip. It's just it's not worth. I'd rather just go in the summertime when prices drop and stuff like that.
And the kids would have more fun anyway because you can.
Oh yeah,
you're taking away from all this stuff. You're giving them some of their presents. They don't get to really play with it. Yeah.
Yeah, ours is pretty low key. We do our own thing in the mornings, or in the morning, and then we go over to their house, or my in-laws' house in the afternoon. Kind of spend the day there. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty low key. And then, I'll probably do the same thing as Bob. I'll probably take off from trading a little bit. I won't take off from work. That's actually kind of a nice time of year to get a lot of stuff caught up at the end of the year. But yeah, pretty low key though. But you?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing this year for Christmas. Our daughter's coming out. She flies in tomorrow, Thursday. And so she's going to hang out with us for Thanksgiving. Normally the wife she usually plans something for them. Like it's like a scavenger hunt, or one year she did an escape room. We did you ever watch the show Taskmaster? It's a British show. They make these comedians do random tasks, like build this the tallest thing out of this equipment, but you get blindfolded and you have a certain amount of time. It's stuff like that. We ended up doing one year where we all had to compete at that. So building the tallest structure out of spaghetti noodles and marshmallows, but doing it with gloves on and blindfolded in 20 minutes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
It was more entertaining than I thought it would be. You don't realize how stupid you look until you watch this video of yourself trying to build a structure with no.
She's got it. She's real creative and smart and capable. That's kind of fun.
She's always been really good at doing stuff like that for the girls. I hope they appreciate it. They should now by this point. I think they finally realized how much work she's put in a lot of that stuff. I think she still has some of the templates too. If you want me to send them to you, might be something fun you can do with your guys' kids.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. I
I
sure
don't know
wouldn't be able
Pablo,
to
dude.
think.
He's got 5 of them.
Stop it. I mean, you're not wrong, but stop.
Stop. Yeah, it's gonna be probably a low key Christmas here. I was trying to get my dad to come out. I know he's just sitting around in Oklahoma doing nothing. Tough when it's cold out though. He doesn't like driving.
So he lives in OKC?
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
there for the last 11 years or so now. Works over at Tinker, or did work for Tinker. Now he's retired.
Gotcha.
He's been probably as many places as I have. He lived in Nebraska, Texas, Tucson, California. No, he's been all over.
So your dad was in the military. Which branch?
He was Air Force. He did 11
Air
years,
Force.
and then when Clinton took over, he bought a lot of people out, gave him like I think he got like a 6-figure bonus to get out, or maybe not quite that much. Maybe it was 5.
Gotcha.
Huh.
They paid him a big old chunk of money. But then what sucked is when he retired, because he was working for the government at Tinker Air Force Base as a civilian, but they're still counting his time. But in order to actually retire, he had to pay back a portion of that bonus. And this is like
Oh,
30 years later. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But nah, he's doing good.
So what made you go into the Navy then?
Uh, you want the real answer?
Oh, absolutely.
I was working at Walmart at the time. I was 19, and I didn't have any real prospects. I wasn't going to college. I didn't have any skills or any way of like learning one. And like there was one day when I was just sitting at the Walmart, and I was like, "Is this where I'm going to be in five years?" Didn't see another future other than
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I went and did something different.
Interesting.
And the Navy just was the first people I talked to, really. If it would have been the Air Force or the Marines, I probably would have been one of them. They are
No
just the
brand-
lucky ones to see me.
No brand loyalty here, right?
No, not at all. Well, I mean, the Navy appealed to me because there was less likely to get shot at. And they did guarantee like the MOS and the tech schools that you're going to go to. None of the other ones would actually put a full guarantee on that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, taught me electrical skills, a bunch of other useless stuff about nuclear power that I don't use anymore. But
Nuclear power is kind of dope.
yeah, it's really just hot rocks. That's all it is. We've been doing steam power since what 1600s.
I don't remember, but sure.
It sounds fancy, but all it is just a hot rock that you're just making steam. It's all the same shit.
Huh.
Power generation hasn't really changed.
Things I didn't realize.
Basically a glorified thermostat, just trying to keep it from getting too hot.
Yeah, they've done a very good job of making it sound way cooler than what you just said.
Right? Or scarier.
Yeah.
When I was going through
Either
power
or.
school, they were telling us about Greenpeace losing their shit because they kept sending like scanners over the plant trying to look for like radiation like leaks and like basically claiming we're bad for the environment. And then they'd flow over the coal plant and like we're picking up readings off the charts. So they had this theory that the nuke plant was actually hidden in the coal power
In the
plant.
coal plant.
Yeah. And that this was just a front, that we weren't actually doing anything there.
Wow.
Like, coal's dirty, man. Just don't know what to tell you. It's like nuclear power is
Wow.
pretty freaking clean as long as you can get rid of the waste.
Just bury it under the mountain, right?
Exactly, and then hope that next generation can deal with it.
That's the part that's slightly like crazy to me.
I mean,
It's like, what do we do with that? Just dig a big hole. It'll be fine. I feel like that's never served anyone
I
well.
know, right? That is actually like the choice, like shore duty too in the Navy. You get to be the guy who rides the train as a security guard with all the nuclear waste.
Oh, people want to do that?
That's like the cushy job. You don't have to shave. You get to wear civvy clothes.
Wow. I'm learning so
yeah.
much tonight.
I know.
All this useful information about the military in case you decide to join.
Definitely not going to happen.
If any of your kids do go, let me talk to them. I'll show them how to milk the system. Get the best out of it.
Well,
Not have a miserable time at boot camp.
Freaking boot
All right,
camp.
folks. I think we should probably wrap this thing up. That was pretty good. It was nice getting to know you guys a little bit more, hearing some more of the personal details, the things that make y'all tick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we should maybe organize some more of these kind of fun things.
Yeah, we should come in with like 3 or 4 questions each to ask of the others.
Should we do one for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, let's do it. But that's going to be it for today, I think, though. So thanks, Bob. Thank you, Banks, for stopping by, just shooting the shit. Make sure you check out those links in the episode description. Check out Vanta. There's that free trial. Make sure I have a link for that in the description, too. And then just have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Somebody else want to wrap us up? Because I'm off the clock.
I'll let Baba do it.
Oh, God.
Send us home, Baba.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Hey, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Stay away from the screens. Have a good conversation with somebody you care about because life is short. Thanks for listening.
Oh, nailed it. Beautiful.
That was great.
Right?
Hey, thanks. I'm a natural.
This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial or investment advice and should not be construed as such. The hosts, guests, and contributors of this podcast are not licensed financial advisors, brokers, or professionals. Any trading or investment decisions made based on the content of this podcast are solely at the listener's discretion and risk. Trading and investing in financial markets carry inherent risks, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Listeners should conduct their own research and seek advice from qualified financial professionals before making any financial decisions. The views, opinions, and information shared in this podcast are those of the individual contributors and do not necessarily reflect the views or policies of the podcast creators or associated organizations. Produced by China Shop Productions.